my tea. It's great to have you all here. So we're going live at the moment, so are we all ready for this?
Yes!
Brilliant. Okay, so this is called By Hook or By Crook, as you know, and it's the third year of our school's outreach programme. And in those 3 years, we have had 1,200 children involved. Isn't that quite a lot? Yes. Okay, and next year we will have even more children involved. And this is actually the highlight of our week. And it's the highlight of a festival called Waterford New Music Week. And would you believe, Waterford New Music Week is 17 years old this year. 17 years older than you guys. Yes, so we're delighted to have you here, and it's an absolute highlight of our week to welcome you all in. And it's a massive collaboration between our different departments. We've got Julie here who has coordinated the whole effort, and Julie has been working with you in the schools, and she's also composed some of the music for this. And we also have our other composers here today. We've got Marion Inglesby, we've got Jonathan Bulfin, and we've got Pat O'Connor and Ben Hanlon as well. So we have lots of new music by composers that you guys are going to sing today, and in your fantastic costumes, because you all look absolutely wonderful. Okay, so we also have our designs done here by guys from our art and design department, and we have our set design done by those as well. So lots and lots of people have come together to make this event so special. So I think let's get on with it. What do you think? Will we get on with it? Yes. So I'm going to hand you over to our chief pirate, Jamie Nagel.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is an old story from the year 1537. The whole of Ireland was suffering under the harsh rules imposed by Henry VIII, who was beheading his wives as fast as he married them. Here in Waterford, though, it was business as usual. The port of Waterford was always important, even to the English. So life in the city went on easier than a lot of other places in the country. The rich merchants of Waterford traded with England and the rest of the world through the use of sailing ships. Some merchants owned their own ships, but others hired out the ships to carry their cargoes for them. There were no airplanes, cars, lorries, buses or trains. Everybody walked or used horses and donkeys to get about. The rich people had horse-drawn carriages. So if you walked down the quay of Waterford, you would have to watch out for horsemen, horses and carts, soldiers, sailors, donkeys and carts, or busy merchants. Now this story starts with the meeting of some rich merchants here in Waterford City. We know only the names of some of them because it was so long ago. The ones we know were William, James and Thomas Grant. They owned their own sailing ships and often carried cargo for other merchants as well. They were good sailors and clever merchants. A man called Captain Butler sailed one of the ships. The merchants met and made a plan to go buy some wine and spices.
I sail my ship upon the sea. I say a play till
made sure they sailed together because the Spanish were fighting with the English, and they were afraid that they would get caught up in the war. They were also afraid of the pirates who roamed the seas of the Irish coast. But most of all, they were always afraid that the weather would turn stormy. When they reached Lisbon, the biggest port in Portugal, they quickly went to buy up all the wine that they could afford. They had 4 large sailing ships, and soon they were bobbing low in the water. They had so much wine on board the ship. When everything was ready to set sail again from Lisbon, and hoped to reach Waterford before too long. But the wind began to blow and a big storm rose, and they began to become very afraid. The wind howled and the rigging and the sails blowed out so much that the ships were nearly going over. The captains of the ships shouted orders to the sailors to try and lower the sails and keep the ships on course for Waterford. But the storm raged so strong that soon they were blown way past the coast of Waterford City. They were sure they would all be lost at sea. The ships were separated and could no longer see each other. The merchants and sailors were very afraid. Some of them prayed, but mostly they hung on to anything they could so they would not get washed overboard in the raging ocean.
Pirates are hearty, their cloth and their loud. They'll always have fun on their own or in a crowd. Some have an eye patch and some have a hole. In place of a hat, ties a crocodile's toe. No, no. They're usually friendly despite all your fears. But if you should cross them, they'll cut off your ears. Yuck. The merchants money went ching, ching, ching. The bell of the ship went ring, ring, ring. The storm raged on and blew them into the arms of the waiting pirates. So with a yo ho ho and a yo ho ho, with a yo ho.
The morning came at last, and the ship called the Santa Maria came into a sheltered bay beyond the shores of Sherkin Island off the Cork coast. The merchants and sailors cheered when they saw that the sea was calmer here and they could see the shore. But then the captain said, "We are not safe here either, for this, I think, is where the terrible O'Driscoll pirates live." The storm was still raging outside the calm bay, and they did not know what was best to do. Should they stay, or should they try it and take their chances going back out into the storm? When they were trying to make up their minds, they saw boats coming out from the shore, and sure enough, it was the O'Driscoll pirates, and they were yo-ho-hoing and laughing when they saw what the storm had blown up into their bay. The pirates came on board the ship and found the wine that they were so delighted that they told the captain and the merchants they would bring them into safe harbour of Baltimore. Black Gilly O'Driscoll took charge of the merchant's ship, and the pirates were running all over the ship to look for anything that they could take for themselves. The merchants and sailors were terrified and thought that they were going to be killed, but the pirates invited them to a party in their castle in Baltimore. though they were very frightened, the merchants and captain went with the pirates into the castle called Dunshaughlin in Baltimore. They were given a big dinner and plenty of wine, but when the dinner was over, they were made prisoners and thrown into the dungeon. The rest of the sailors from their ship were thrown into the dungeon as well, and they could hear the pirates celebrating and singing as they drank the wine from the merchant's ship.
Ahoy there, a pirate's life is fun. Ahoy there, to the scallywags of the sea. We are pirate crew who sail the ocean blue. We fill our bellies with salmagundi before we weigh anchor and hoist the mizzen. Hoist the mizzen! Ahoy there, a pirate's life is fun. Ahoy there, to the scallywags of the sea. We are pirate crew who love to tell a merry yarn. The stories we tell will have you shout, shiver me timbers, shiver me timbers. Ahoy there, a pirate's life is fun. Ahoy there, to the scallywags of the sea. The merchant's money went ching, ching, ching. The bell of the ship went ring, ring, ring. The storm raged on and blew them in to the arms of the waiting pirates. So, with a yo ho ho, and a yo ho ho, with a yo ho.
The other merchants back home in Waterford got to hear of this, and they quickly got their boats and men together, and they sailed down the coast with the March wind behind them. And before too long, the O'Driscoll pirates knew what was happening. The men from Waterford rescued the merchants and sailors and took back their ship. They sailed back to Waterford and then discovered nearly all the wine had been taken by the pirates. So they got more men and 2 big ships and went back for the wine. They had a terrible battle with the pirates and took their boats and burned more of them, and after that the O'Driscoll pirates never went raiding again. The merchants of Waterford were able to come and go in their sailing ships anywhere they wanted after that.
very much to all of our pirates, and to those of you now listening out live. We are now going to have each of the individual schools to perform a piece of their own choice. So we will start with the choir from WIT Music School. boys and girls from Ballygunner National School and Presentation Primary School sing the Teddy Bear Rock and Roll.
Teddy's feeling sad today. Gotta chase those blues away.
Choir. Our Ballygunner National School Pirate Choir. To our boys from De La Salle Stephen Street Pirate Choir. To the girls of the Presentation Primary School. To our friends in the Bealtaine Choir. Thank you so much to everybody who's been here this morning. I'm sure you will agree it has been an absolute wonderful morning of singing, dancing, pirate trickery and scallywagging has happened here this morning. To our chief pirate, Jamie, please give him a huge round of applause. I just do have a few thank yous to those watching us live on the World Wide Web in schools around Waterford City. We hope you enjoyed it and we hope you managed to sing along maybe to one or two of the songs that were being sung. I do have to finish this morning with a few thank yous, so do please bear with me for a few minutes. We are delighted this morning to have with us the author of By Hook or By Crook, Anne Farrell. Anne, thank you very much for providing us. Thank you, Anne, for providing us with such a wonderful story. I hope you enjoyed it now this morning. To all of our composers as well, I think many of them are here this morning, to Marion Inglesby, Jonathan Bulfin, Pat O'Connor, Ben Hanlon and Julie Quinlan. Thank you very much for all of the music you've given To our colleagues in the Art and Design Department, Roger Cropper and Pat Cunningham, and his art students, thank you for all the set design and the graphics that you saw. To our colleagues in the sound department led by Cian O'Carroll up in the crow's nest. I know many of you can't see him, so Cian, a huge thank you from all of us. To our BA music degree students hiding up there in the back, thank you very much for chaperoning all of the I just have two more thank yous. Thank you to all of the teachers, the conductors who made it possible for all the children to participate this morning. It wouldn't have happened without your help. And finally, thank you very much to all of you this morning for performing By Hook or By Crook. So roll on, School Choral Day 20